all your indie and major artists. Real Talk 101 Radio. Talk and music radio. Indie artists, major artists, producers. On location interviews. Fashion and artistry concert series. Concerts, fashion shows, community. Real people, real talk, real issues. Check out The Fresh Friday Show. Real radio. Get it all right here. Real Talk 101 Radio. Visit realtalk101radio.com.
Real Talk 101 Radio, what's going on? It's the Byrdman. Another dope on location interview coming at you right now. I got the mans next to me, J2, Jesse Medeles.
Celebrity producer, J2. Jesse Medeles.
Coming at you, man. You already know. Interview.
It's an honor to me to have such an amazing team like J2, producer, just did. Look out, it's Medeles. Coming to you. Here in West Hollywood.
Now get your cup and pick it up. Say a toast and rock it up. Young and old, and we don't care. Live your life and have no fear.
Alright, so we're here right now. Jesse Medeles, aka JM.
Hi, how are you?
You made a name for yourself as an actor and now as a Latino recording artist.
Yeah, I'm actually, I do acting, and I came from Texas. Now I live here in LA, and just currently got signed to J2 and working on my album, and I'm excited for the promo tour 2015. I'm very, very excited about that.
Getting ready for it, huh?
Oh yeah.
Gonna try to visit Texas again?
Yeah, I love Texas. Like Texas is my hometown. I love the authentic Mexican food and my frijoles, my tortillas. I love all that stuff.
See how you roll that R? I gotta get used to rolling that R.
So.
Maybe by the end of the interview, I'll get that R in there like that.
Yeah.
So you hail from Texas, like you said, Laredo, Texas. All right, and you found your passion for music in Texas, writing about real life experiences, huh?
Yeah, like since I was a kid, like I grew up in a broken home and all that, so that was a way of me expressing my feelings and being able to vent and release that, like the poison from inside. I would like write, then all of a sudden I started getting like this passion for music, and ever since I could remember, I've loved music though, but songwriting and all that, like that's when I really started getting like deeply into it.
And you found your influences from pop music, rap music. Say it for me. Cumbia.
When you're from Texas, it's Tex-Mex. It's like cumbia. Grew up listening to Selena Quintanilla, Los Temerarios, Los Bookies, and at the same time, I love like multicultural type of music, like hip hop, pop,
Indian rhythms.
Yeah, I love Indian rhythms. Like it's like Indian is so much like Latin, but it has its different drums, different type of feel or sounds to it. But I'm a big fan of Indian music mixed with like Latino music. I like to incorporate a little bit of everything in my music.
That's what I was going to ask you next. So you actually do incorporate it into your music?
Yeah, definitely. I like I say, like I love every culture. So part of me is like, I'm with an Indian producer too. So we want to incorporate like my Latino roots mixed with his Indian roots. At the same time, give it like a world sound, like international world sound. And that's what created the sound of my music.
That's right. I like that. I like that. Now, San Antonio's Puerto Rican Festival. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, I was actually... what happened with the Puerto Rican Festival is I actually had my track with me. And back in the day in San Antonio, I was always hustling. Like everywhere, I was always prepared because you never know where you could get an opportunity. So I remember they were having like this Puerto Rican film festival. And there was like these performing and all that stuff. And I'm like... I was there with a friend and they're like, dude, you got your track, you should go on there. So I went and talked to a DJ and I'm like, can I get on there, this and that? So I went on there and the crowd went crazy and it was a lot of fun.
Got your performance on, that's right. I like that. Now, before we get into the winning a performance award.
Laredo Jambuzi
Festival.
Laredo's not so big, but every year they host like a big old festival. And basically you see all of Laredo there. And I actually was gonna sing with this other singer, but I think she canceled the last minute, so they put that whole show on me. So it was a very awesome experience because I had my family go there, and it was the first time they ever saw me perform. And the crowd, like they gave me so much love, especially being from my hometown. Like I really appreciated that.
So for an audience member or just anyone that has not seen you perform yet, what can they expect when they get you on the stage?
You could expect an adventure. Like
Wow,
you know, I'm the type of artist that back in the day I used to sit every day waiting for them TV Video Music Awards because there was like major performances, and I always said I wanted to do that, and for so long it stopped. And I said I want to be those artists that brings that back, that brings back the major performances, but at the same time brings something that nobody has ever done before. And I'm the type of artist that I'm a risk taker. I like to, if they say you can't cross that boundary, well, I think I'm gonna go cross that boundary. You know what I mean? So, and now like that we have like the whole Indian feel and the Tex-Mex mixed with Latino with the hip hop. It's kind of like, it's like if you're putting all these cultures in a blender, mixing it up, and that's what Jesse Medeles is.
And that led to the best performer of 2014.
Yeah,
2014. Talk about that.
That was so much fun. I was invited actually to the Autorama in Houston, Texas, and they were holding like this talent show. And a friend of mine knew the promoter that was holding that, and he's like, Jesse, you need to come, and he at least wants for there to be a really good act. And so I just went, and I wanted to have fun. I went on there and I kind of went with my two dancers because I like to choreograph. Like if I'm gonna go perform, I don't like giving the audience just anything. I like to entertain them. I want to be known as an amazing entertainer too. So I went and rehearsed with some dancers, and I went on there and I put up a show, and I basically won the Autorama performance. And It was a lot of fun in Houston, Texas.
That's right. Congratulations. Now you did a lot of stuff in Texas, but you actually moved here with us. Los Angeles, 2013.
Yeah, like Texas was more like a building ground. Like it was more my whole goal since I was a kid, I always dreamed of Hollywood. And there was a time that I actually wanted to come to Hollywood. I think I was like 18, 19. I came to Hollywood and I thought I was going to be a star. I thought that I was going to come here, I was going to get discovered on the road, I need to dress like an artist and have my CDs and all that. But I came and it was nothing like that. I didn't get discovered. I would knock on agencies' doors. I'm like, look, I'm going to be a superstar, I'm going to do this, and you should hear my music. And agencies were like, I'm going to call security if you don't leave, and this and that, because here in LA is different. So my whole dream has always been to come here to LA, but I started off in Texas. Like anywhere I could get to perform, I would do that, and I'm very grateful for that because it's like that built me up to finally come to LA, because you know everybody comes here to try to pursue their dreams and their passion, and that kind of built me up to come here, discover my sound, discover who I was, and then coming here and running into J2, who actually really basically discovered who Jesse Medeles was. I kind of found myself in Texas. Coming here, J2 really he brought out the best in me in every aspect, and I owe it to him. Yeah.
That's what's up.
Speaking of J2, this is the epic man.
What's up?
J2, what's up, man? How you doing?
I'm doing great.
So 2013, J2 Entertainment signed this young man right here.
Yes, we did.
How did that happen? How did you guys discover?
We actually got hooked up through a mutual friend. It was funny. You know, over the years being in the studio, working hard and hard, I'd put on couple of extra pounds, excessive pounds. And Jesse, I mean, he's not just he's a fitness freak. This guy he's a professional. I think you've got a degree in like
personal training
and stuff. And a friend of us hooked us up, and he was like, dude, I know exactly what to do with you. And it was weird. It wasn't those relationships where he was my trainer. He was more, we became like, we would talk about a lot of stuff, and I never knew he did music. And it was funny because we would be in the gym training, and he literally transformed me. I went from 193 pounds to like 165 pounds, but he would start ripping me up and stuff. I mean, I don't want to take my top off now, but you know, he really did transform me in an amazing way. And we became friends, and then became more like brothers. And it was a natural progression, you know. And I think what actually what got us was we got in the studio, and I was like, you got a studio? And I was like, yeah, I'm a producer. I didn't tell you. He was like, no, I'm an artist and I do music and I act. So we kind of got in the studio, and it was weird. The next day I had a meeting at Sony Pictures for a certain movie, obviously I can't mention, and they were looking for music for that movie, and we got in that evening and we started messing around, and we created something called Room. And he had done the hook, yo, bailo, room, bailando, boom, boom, boom. And it was weird. I was like, yo, this is dope. It's like kind of 80s freestyle, but futuristic. I took it to Sony Pictures. I was playing them a bunch of music, and so it happened. I was like, oh, I got this. What do you think? And they were like, oh my God, this is so perfect for this specific movie. And that's how I was like, whoa, we just did this in one afternoon.
And I had no
Messing
idea.
around.
I had no idea he was a celebrity producer. I thought like, oh, I'm just gonna train, because he was so humble when I met him, and like he says, a friend introduced us, and whenever I mentioned to him, like, okay, well, let's make a deal. I'm like, I'll train you and you record me a demo, because I wanted to pursue the music. And he's like, sure, I'll do that for you. So we created that deal. But then I realized that this guy worked with Shakira, Cassie King of Hearts, did the music for the Django, the movie, the Django. I always say that kind of
Django.
word.
Yeah, I did the theme song for the trailer. I did the remix for Django.
He did all this stuff, and I didn't find out till later on, because like he wouldn't brag about nothing. And later on, I'm like, we recorded together. I'm like, wow, this sounds really good. And our chemistry was so epic together. Like, as soon as we got in the room, I think it was meant to be, because we started vibing real fast. We wrote a song really quick. We put it on there, and ever since, like, we would go in the studio, then we would create like magical songs, like, and songs that y'all are gonna be really excited. Like, they're very melodic, but at the same time, they take you on a journey. And I love that he adds that Indian feel to it, and I'm able to add my Latino roots to it, and it just creates a sound that the world's really, really gonna love. But that's that point. I didn't know he was J2.
Well, he's kind of sold me right there. I don't even know what to say.
A few credits. You can give yourself a few credits. You produced for Cassie, Beyonce. Talk a little bit about that. Lady Gaga.
I mean, I was a DJ by trade. In 2002, I was a Ministry of Sound DJ Idol winner in London. So that kind of set me up. And me being Indian, I was actually one of the first. I was the first Indian. It's not really a career that Indians pursue. They're either going to be doctors or lawyers. Here's me trying to be a DJ and trying to do music. That was my passion. So I followed that, and I just think it's, I'm here now 10 years later, and that kind of opened the doors for me. I did Ibiza for like 5 years, which is the big club island, and now EDM is here, and I kind of took my sound, incorporated with a lot of different elements, but I love the world tribal beats, and I think that's where we did the single Viva. We incorporate that. He incorporated
mariachi. Like,
mariachi.
I'm from Texas, so I love like authentic mariachi. So I was sleeping one day, and I had a dream of actually having real mariachi in the chorus of Viva. We had already recorded the vocals though, and they sounded really good. But I'm like, I want to have that authentic Latino feel, and the only way you get that is actually finding, like, I grew up in we call it colonias in Texas. It's like vecindades. It's like you would hear like my grandpa or uncles or family, they would all be singing like mariachi, but these are not professionals, but their voice sounds professional because they actually have that authentic feel. So I met up with a lot of mariachis, and it sounded to me very Americanized, and I'm like, no, I want authentic mariachi. So I went to this restaurant one time. It was a Mexican restaurant, and all of a sudden I hear these voices, and it was like these real authentic mariachis. I get on the phone, I'm like, where are they at? And I start looking, and I'm like, I was with Cliff, he's our career planner. I'm like, we need to call Jay. I'm like, Jay, you need to get down here really, really fast. I'm like, I found the guys for the course and this and that. So Jay comes all the way down here in his pajamas, everything, half asleep, just.
Well, not in my pajamas.
But well, basically, I took him out. I took him out of his comfort zone. Yeah. And we heard them, and I'm so glad that I was able to talk to them and convince them to come in the song. And that's the reason when y'all hear Viva, you hear the mariachi, but it sounds real authentic. And growing up where I grew up, like in border towns and all that, like authentic, we know the exact meaning of authentic. And I was very grateful to be able to come up with those mariachis for the song Viva.
Video coming soon?
Yeah, we're working on that, right? We're working on the video right
2015, it's going to be the promo tour. The team is sealed, and me and JT has been working really hard in the studio. At the same time, I'm filming. So I'm like, if I'm not filming, I'm working in the studio, and and preparing the whole 2015. Starting January, I began recording the first video, then just doing a couple of videos.
From Viva?
Viva is a world song. Viva is a song that if you feel down, if you felt left out, you're gonna get inspired. It don't matter who you are, where you're from, everybody's welcome in my world. It don't matter what race you are. It don't matter if you're white, black, if you're Filipino, or if you're gay or you're straight. Like, everybody's welcome in my world. It don't matter what age you are, anything. That's what Viva stands for. Not equality, for world equality. That's what Viva stands for. It's a world song for the people.
And the chant.
Oh, and I wanted
Don't forget the chant.
Yeah, I wanted to incorporate pa arriba, pa abajo, pa'l centro y pa dentro. It's something us Latinos do. And it's like, you get the cup, it's like pa arriba, pa abajo, pa'l centro y pa dentro. And I wanted to introduce that to every culture, because every culture is beautiful, and I wanted to be able to be like, now get your cup and pick it up, and be able to explain it in a white way so everybody gets it, and at the same time introduce it to different type of cultures like the Latino. It's a phrase that's not my phrase, but it's huge for us, and I wanted to be able to introduce that to the world.
It's a toast.
Yeah, it's a toast.
It's a big toast that you guys all do, all the Latinos do, Mexicans do. It's like a salute. It's like cheers.
Yeah,
us, we say cheers. Or, well, I'm from the UK, I'm British, so we say cheers, mate. You know.
Yeah, I can hear the accent.
Yeah, but, so imagine the world coming together and doing that, and not just that. Like, Viva's live. It's about no judgment, and that's what I like Viva. And it's such an upbeat song. So if you're feeling like a little down or anything, like Viva will get you out of your seat.
It's definitely a great song. And the track actually is funny enough. I just did Shakira's World Cup single. It was Dear La 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 for the FIFA World Cup. It's actually, that sound that I created was actually the Viva. It's Viva's that kind of sound. It's got that world tribal sound. It's got Indian kind of melodies in there. It's got that world little sound with the tribal beats and stuff.
While you guys are talking, I can sit here and picture the video.
Right?
Yeah, it's gonna be amazing.
Great.
I actually convinced them that song. I can't mention the name, but that song was gonna go to a certain celebrity, and I'm like, Jay, please give me the song. Like, as soon as I heard the beat, I was so blown away with it. And one day we're at the gym, we're about to work out. He's like, hey, guess what? You're gonna get the song, and I was all excited. I did extra an hour of cardio because of that.
No, you used 45 minutes and you got me to do the extra hour.
No,
That was good.
But yeah, that's another thing. We vibe a lot at the gym. Like, we work out together. We're like brothers now, and I don't have a lot of family here in LA, so we became like family. And we wrote half of Viva on the treadmill or on the elliptical, and then the other half we got here and wrote it here at the studio. But a lot of our vibe.
So you're saying that you wrote it while you were at the gym?
Yeah, like
we wrote a lot of our songs.
I would pull out, I would pull out my phone, and all of a sudden, like, I'm working, I'm like, Jay, I have an idea, and we pull out the phone and we get it, and we're both like crazy people, like doing all these melodies and all that, and people are just looking at us like, what the hell?
He'll give me the phone. I'll be on treadmill. I'm like, no, you need something like this, and he'll be like, oh, hold on, stop, record that. And he'll be like, here you go. So it's like, oh no, that's amazing. That's what we're gonna do. And we get to the studio, and we're like, okay, let's try that.
But to us, we got it. But if you think, now that I think about it, if you see it through the outside world, they probably see people like mumbling like nah da this, and we sound like crazy people, because I would see people like looking at us. So to them, we probably seem crazy, but to us, we were in our creative zone, and
the creative zone,
and we didn't care.
Is that where you guys came up with Susia?
Yeah, Susia was actually, I did a project many years ago. I worked with a lot of different artists over the years, and I did a project back in the UK called the Reggaeton All Stars. It was my sound that I incorporated with many different artists, and I was messing around really. It wasn't anything serious, but we created some amazing music. One of those tracks was a track called Susia, and I actually took it and I played. Jesse was like, hey, check this stuff that I did. You know, it was cool, but we never knew it wasn't the right time for it. It wasn't the, you know, everything in life is about timing. You know, you create something, you never know why you create that for, but later it became useful. And one of the tracks actually was Susia, and he was like, oh my god, this is amazing. And then I heard it, and then he started rapping and coming up with some ideas, and I was like, you know what, done.
Yeah.
I'm gonna modernize it. I'm gonna bring it up to 2014. And that's what we kind of did. So I added all the other percussion, added some Indian little melodies, and we added some really cool shit. And it's like reggaeton meets Bollywood meets Indian meets it's sexy, man. And Susia means dirty. So
yeah,
like,
the song Susia, what I love about it is Susia is a song that could play tricks on people's mind. It doesn't. It's like everybody has that little naughty side to them, and everybody has a good side to them. That little angel. I don't know.
The little devil on the shoulder.
The little devil and the little angel.
well, they're on your shoulders.
Yeah. So yeah. Well, so,
I see him now.
So everybody has that naughty side, but Susia is a song that it doesn't say anything nasty or naughty. It's how your mind takes it. Like, I could say sucia, but somebody could be like, oh, you're disrespectful. I don't mean that. What's your dirty mind thinking? So sucia is a song that could be a double standard. It could be like, you could take it like in a joking manner, like, oh, sucia, like I'm saying, like, don't be dirty with me. Or you could take it, you could take it more like sucia, like I like it. So that's what I like about sucia. That sucia is a song that's gonna, it's a double standard type of song.
Video coming for that one as well.
Yeah, like we're gonna have. There hasn't really been a single released yet. 2015, we're gonna have an actual push for the first single, Viva, with music video, promo tour, everything. And the second song, the team's still deciding which one's it's gonna be, because a few of the team is like, oh, we need it to be the song I Want to Dance, or Sucia, or Room. So it's kind of like at the end they all compromise and say this is the next one, because all the songs are so good. Like each one, it brings a totally different element to the table, and it's like every song is like a different movie. And me as an actor, like you know how a lot of people have the sound, a certain sound, and it sounds consistency and the same. Mine is like, it's like 4 different movies that I have right now created, or 5. And we're working.
We've got 5. We're actually finished. We're working on the album right now. We have a goal to have it all done by March, and you know, the way we work, it's a creative process. I love creating tracks, like creating ideas, melodic ideas. Jesse Christ is the same, comes up with melodic ideas, comes up with lyrical, come up with concepts. You have a couple of concepts right now which I love, and we're going to work around them. But, you know, we may end up having 15, 20 joints finished, but out of them, we're probably looking to get probably 9 to 10. I think 9's a good number to bring out, because by the time you do remixes and everything, that ends up doubling, and then you end up doing like 17, 18 joints on it.
And that's what I love.
Record, the videos, let's say short films coming out all at the same time, looking at March.
Yeah, it's gonna be like one single, and then 3-4 months later, the next single with the promo tour,
Gotcha.
And then next single, kind of like the way an artist usually does it. They release one, and then all of a sudden you see another one. And but one thing that I did want to touch up, what I do love about J2 is that when I first got here to LA, everybody wanted me to be everything but myself. And I felt through a place where I kind of lost myself. When I met Jay, he just said, just be yourself. And he took elements of how I grew up, everything, to discover who Jesse really was. And there's a saying, I have a song called Room, that my grandpa used to tell my grandma, Vieja, baila tu rum, rum, rum. And my grandma would get so mad. She would like throw the eggs at him, everything. She'd like, I'm not like this girl that you said that to in high school. And you know, Latinos and my grandparents jealous, you know how that works. But and J2 was like, no, I like that. I'm like, you said your grandpa, so that has a meaning to it. Let's incorporate that in the song. So that's another song that it's like, it got like the motorcycle feel, like that leather jacket feel, everything, like with the room. But in the Latino culture, room means like baby shaker, money maker type of deal. And I like that. And I like that Jay kind of, I say something and he's like, we're gonna use it this way. And that's what I love being signed to him, is that he lets me be me 100%. And then he brings his talent, and together it's really, our chemistry's, it's epic. It's really, y'all be very, very impressed with what's coming out. As an artist, I would never give y'all nothing that I'm not 100% happy with. And J2's a perfectionist too. So
looking forward to it, coming out in March. Everybody go get that. Looking at it in March. Now you actually keep talking about actor. You filming right now. You were an actor and featured in Snitch 2013, Friday Night Lights 2006, Idiocracy 2006, and you have some other special projects coming up, huh?
Yeah, like I shot the Guilty Innocence. It was an audition I did. The movie was originally like for a white guy, but the directors and producers like Catherine Hardwicke, who shot Twilight, Olympus Has Fallen, and Jamie Marshall was the director of the Guilty Innocence. I actually went onto that audition, and he was very impressed with how I did it, that he changed the role. And my look is more like, I don't play a Latino in that one. It's an all-American movie. It's the Guilty Innocence. It's going to be amazing. And I was very thankful that he gave me, as a Latino, because you know how they stereotype us, that opportunity. At the same time, I have another movie called Alone Yet Not Alone, where I play a Native Indian. I actually went and lived with Native Indian. They took me on set, and my role didn't have the native language, but I wanted to, when I get something, like I want to give it my all, and I want to be able to bring my own to it. So I spoke to the directors, and I'm like, do y'all mind if y'all get me, if the movie's about Native Indian, I want to learn the native language. So they actually brought real Indians from a tribe to actually teach me how their movement was. It was like very animal futuristic type of style, and I wanted to get all that. And I was very thankful that that's another movie that I was able to do, where I learned an indigenous language, whatever. My team always, yeah, my team always laughs because I can't say that word. But
I don't think a lot of people can.
I'm trying to sound smart, so. But
not like Jay said, you gotta be yourself.
Yeah, and that's what I like.
He's a nice guy.
We joke around.
He's a nice guy. The thing is, I've worked with so many artists, and the thing is, you meet them kind of artists that it's just genuine. There's just something about them. They're not trying. I think when I met him, he was trying to impress, you know, because that's what that's what happens in LA. That's what happens in Hollywood. They want to get you, and you have to become someone you're not. And I feel the people who become successful in this game are themselves. Every artist has become successful, has understood themselves. And they've understood themselves, who they really are. And that's what we did with Jesse. He had everything inside him. And I brought that out of him. Well, he was bringing himself out. He wanted to come out. So I just helped him to bring that out. And together, you know, it works. And he's amazing. He's an actor. He's in the gym dudes, you know, everything. Like, it's, you know, I feel blessed right now to have an artist like this signed to me, you know. And
yeah, it's likewise.
It's not hard work. I think, you know, at the end of the day, you know, I don't think we've ever fought. You know, unless I can't do a cheat.
Bicker.
You know? We bicker like a husband and wife. You know, it's only because like I want a little cheat, and he's like, no, you gotta stay focused this week. Yeah. You're at the gym. We gotta look good. We got a photo shoot coming up. We got this. You're my producer. We gotta look good together. So I was like, okay, bro.
And he pays me back in the studio when I'm like, if I want to like wave something around, he's like, no, it has to be like this. You can't do that. So he's like, it's like, you see how it feels? He's like, you see how it feels? And so we kind of joke. We joke around a lot. We make this whole process so much fun. So
it's fun, man. Well, it has to be. The thing is, at the end of the day, if it's not, then it's always going to feel forced. And it's not going to be natural. Yeah. When something's meant to be, it's natural. So
it's good not to have a yes man around. Always somebody's going to push you. That's a good thing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, I'll push him, and he pushes me.
We push each other, like.
But we want to win. You know, the thing is, at the end of the day, everyone knows, you know, Jesse, since he was 12, he grew up on the streets. You know, his grandparents took him in. He's got a whole story there. I came here, man, 2007 with 8 suitcases. Me, my wife, and my 2 kids. My daughter was 1.5 years. My son was 3. Not a game plan. And we haven't stopped ever since. And, you know, I believe if you work hard and you believe in your true passion, you believe in your dreams, you got to go through. And, you know, you're going to be thrown every bit of thing in this world. You're going to be thrown the struggles, the good times, the bad times, but you have to, as long as you get through that other side, you're going to win. And I feel we got through a lot of them hustles together, you know. And I think now we're in an amazing place. Now we're ready to go. We have a sound, we have a chemistry, and I got a superstar here, man. Yeah, I got a star.
And I got the most epic producer. I'm not joking. Go to his website, www.j2producer.com. Like, you guys will see a lot of the stuff y'all see out there, like in the movies and stuff like that, the trailer albums. Like, this guy does it all. Like, his music gives you chills. So I actually feel like, I feel lucky. I feel like so like, who's gonna wake me up? I'm like, just a couple of years I was working in El Asadón in Laredo, Texas, and now I'm here with J2. So it's like,
Since we on the social media, let's shout out the social media. You guys both social media, right?
Yes. www.jessemedeles.com. I'm gonna pronunciate my last name. So it's www.jesse M like in Mary EDELES.com. You could get all my social medias there. But if you don't want to go through that, you could always go through @JesseMedeles or go to www.reverbnation.com/JesseMedeles. And your turn.
Just go to my website. I'm at J2producer, letter J number 2 producer.com. I'm not really an Instagram person, I'm gonna be honest. He's trying to get me on that.
I tell him it's all social media now.
I know, I'm Facebook though. Facebook guy. I've got my producer page up there and my website, you know. So I leave the artistry to him, you know.
So one thing we do on Real Talk 101 Radio, you guys just did it. I mean, you pretty much did it, J2, letting everybody know to keep persevering, keep pushing. We like to give artists that are watching, and in your case, a producer, we got to get you on to another producer interview. We're trying to bring the producers to the forefront. We just did day 1. We like to give you guys a chance to teach somebody, be something that they can, some little nugget, something that they can have that will take them or help them get to that next level or get over that hump. What can you tell somebody?
Live your passion, have faith, and believe. Most important, stay true to who you are. Every single person's a star. It's about you knowing how to bring the star without in you. Never give up. Follow your dreams, and persistence will pay off. And take all the, let's say that you have people that don't believe in your vision and all that. Take all that out of your vision and just focus on your road. Like my grandpa always say, if there's not a door there, build one. If there's not a road there, take your dirty pants out or whatever and build your own road. So that's advice I give you. If you have a creative sound, if you have something that you really believe in it, do it 100%, and it will pay off. Because if you look at the history of a lot of most iconic stars and all that, they all went through that same path. So my biggest thing is, don't give up. For my gente latina, no se den por vencida y siguen su sueño, su pasión, y les va a ir muy muy bien. And JT, take it.
He kind of basically said what I would say, the same thing. A lot of producers that I meet sound like somebody else, and then when I listen, when I always ask, hey, let me hear what you did, like what did you do, and they play me the early stuff, I'm like, that's dope. Why are you doing this? Because that's what's hot on the radio. You have to remember something. That's hot on the radio today because they made that back then, and that's what came through. You make what's true to you now, and then you become that next person in a year or two. That's how you have to do it. I did the same. Like I said, I created the world tribal sound. It was different when RCA Records heard and Shakira's people heard that, they wanted it. You know, when I did King of Hearts, Puff, we met with them. Cassie wanted the record. Puff wanted the record for Cassie. That was like, that's a single. You know, it's just, I created it, but it was different. I didn't try to copy anyone. I just stayed true to who I was. And that's what Jesse's saying. Just stay true to who you are. And the answers will come. But you also have to remember one thing. You're gonna have to go, if you really want this, you will go through that struggle. Nothing comes easy in life. Just remember that. Nothing comes easy without fight, struggle, and sacrifice. But I promise you one thing. If you stick at it, you will win in the end. That's all I will say. And we're here.
Exactly.
You know?
Real Talk 101. Look at us.
There you go.
We're here. We made it.
Baby.
Good. All right.
Real Talk 101 Radio. I told you guys, I know you learned something. I know I learned something. They just hit on some very, very deep topics, man. Some words of wisdom to live by. Fellas, it was good. I like it.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, thank you so much for having us. Real Talk 101 Radio. You're amazing. Thank you for supporting this Latino J2 celebrity producer.
Thank you.
Y'all better tune in.
Let them know where they can catch you at again one more time.
www.jessemedeles.com. I'm going to pronounce it. JESSE M like in Mary EDELES.com. ReverbNation/JesseMedeles.com or @JesseMedeles.com.
And you can catch me easy, j2producer.com, www.J2producer.com, and it's @j2producer.com.
Yeah. So,
Sucia.